Hope everybody enjoyed dinner, or is enjoying dinner and or dessert. It's time to begin the official proceedings and honour a great season of Cooper Tires presents USF2000 National Championship powered by Mazda competition. I'd like to start by acknowledging some special guests with us tonight. The USF2000 series is blessed to have so many great partners. With us this evening are, from Mazda, John Doonan and Dee Case. From Cooper Tires, Chris Pantani. We'll get a proper chance to acknowledge them all shortly, but just want to acknowledge their presence first of all. From IndyCar, Tony George Jr., Jason Penix, Tony Cochran, and Bill Andersen. I didn't see Bill, but if you're here, good to have you here, Bill. Steve Knapp from Elite Engines, Skip Williamson, and Alan O'Leary from Carl Haas Auto. And now to kick things off properly, please welcome the owner and CEO of Andersen Promotions, Dan Andersen.
Thanks, Jeremy. Okay, thank you all for being a part of this celebration dinner and for your involvement this season in the USF2000 series. From my point of view, we had a really great season. Excellent racing, and above all, I think we provided thorough and complete training for all the drivers that came through our program, which is the ultimate goal. This is a training ground, that's what we're all about. And I believe we accomplished that this season, and I'm very happy about that. Nearly 3 years ago, Tony George Jr. approached me to discuss F2000, my prior involvement back in the 90s, and my thoughts on bringing it back. I haven't forgiven him for that yet. Initially, I told him I love F2000, but I have no interest in being a promoter. But Tony's very passionate, and he somehow got me to catch the bug. And here we are, 2 complete seasons now. And for the most part, sometimes challenging like yesterday, but overall it's generally been very rewarding, and I like working with the young drivers as they move up. So it's been fun, and I like to tease Tony because he did kind of screw me and get me involved in this thing. Anyway, what we did back in the 90s was actually very special. I don't know how many people here remember that series, but the USF2000 series in the 90s graduated quite a number of drivers up into the upper ranks and into IndyCar. And that's what this is all about. That's what IndyCar and Tony and Jason and Tony Cochran, that's what they wanted when we talked about this a few years ago, and that's what we're getting to. It's a program designed to take grassroots drivers from karting and skip barber and club racing, move them up the pro ranks, train them on all the different street courses, ovals, road courses, and deliver them ultimately to IndyCar in a more well-trained package. And I think it's starting to work, and I'm actually very happy to be a part of it. IndyCar assists us in quite a few ways, and I want to thank them tonight for all the help they give us. Jason and Tony particularly spend a lot of time brainstorming and coming up with ways that we can do things like the Oval Clinic and the Road to Indy Summit. We have a test coming up on Tuesday at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which will be one of every cars on the ladder being driven by Dan Weldon at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's all about getting this program established, getting it recognized in the media and in the racing arena, and developing talent. I'm very happy with what IndyCar has done for us, and we're proud to be part of that. We have great partners here. Besides IndyCar as our sanction, Mazda is an amazing company. I've said it before and it bears repeating. All of you young guys here should be kissing the boots of John Doonan and Jim Jordan and Dean Case for what they do for open wheel racing. All the way down to the absolute grassroots of karting, and now with the announcement this year of the Mazda Road to Indy, it's just amazing what this company does for open wheel racing and for you guys in this room. I hope you appreciate it. It is the first time in all the years I've been involved where there is a clearly defined scholarship program thanks to Mazda and IndyCar. And these guys are more than our partners and sponsors, they're our friends, and they're your friends too, and they're passionate about racing, and it's one of the main reasons I got involved in this, because of partners like Mazda and IndyCar and Cooper Tires. Chris Pantani's here from Cooper Tires. These guys made a terrific tire. You guys have been on it all year. It is so good that you don't have to buy them as often as some tire companies running spec series might do. I mean, these tires are durable. I think everybody that I've talked to is very happy about it. Chris is the wizard of activation too. Cooper is a great partner for our series and all the things they do for us. And Chris is usually a guy that if I have a pressing need, he usually says yes, and I appreciate being partners with people like that. We have other good partners too. I mean, that's one of the things that I'm very happy about in being second time around with a series. We've surrounded ourselves with really good partners. Our friends at Carl Haas Auto sometimes come under fire because, frankly, racing costs money, and when you guys need to spend money, it's usually at the Carl Haas truck, and it's usually not at a time when you're overly happy to begin with. So they take a bit of heat. But I think everyone here should agree that they deliver great service, and the quality of their parts is better than a lot of people find out there. And they've been working with me, and we will have some announcements coming up about some lower-cost alternative parts that we're going to introduce with Carl Haas's pushing the issue, actually, and some plans to acquire new cars to assist the team owners in the acquisition of new cars. Purchase plans that will be announced soon. So we're happy to be partners with Carl Haas, despite the heat they sometimes take. And I think you guys look inside your hearts. I think you'll appreciate all that they do for us. Skip and Alan work really hard for us. One of my best decisions in setting the series up was in choosing the person who prepares our engines. I actually talked to 4 people. Steve Knapp was the choice. Best decision I made. He has built fantastic motors. Obviously, they come from Mazda, but Steve preps them, peripherals them, dynos them, and from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, I think we have 100% reliability this year, and some of these cars are running engines that are 2 years old. These are partners that I have that are actually not in this because they want to turn over a lot of money and sell you a lot of engines and tires and rebuilds and everything else. We're trying to do something that achieves a goal, which is cost-effective racing, and I'm proud to be aligned with these people. Last I want to talk about is our staff. I have been fortunate to assemble around myself some terrific staff, and actually, if you guys will indulge me, I'd like them to stand up. The people that work in our series, that work around me, if you would please stand up, because I'd like to recognize these folks. Michelle, you can be first. We're at the point where I think they are starting to think they don't really need me because they actually do quite a lot without me, and I'm very happy about that. We've got a great tech staff, race control staff, PR staff, photography, driver coaching, everything. It's a lot of fun for me to be surrounded with these people. Lastly, I'd like to thank the teams and drivers for being part of this. Everyone stepped up their game a lot this year. The competition was deep. The team stepped up their appearance games and their professionalism. We are approaching where we want to be with the level of everything in this series. It is a pro series. This is not club racing. It is not about how many cars we have. It's about the quality of the product that we're delivering up the ladder. And we're getting there. We're making great gains. The teams have really put out this year, and I'm very proud that they're part of our series. Hopefully, as we go forward, we'll attract a few more teams, and the competition will be even greater. But this year was pretty special. We had some great racing. One other note before I stop my rambling, and I appreciate everybody listening to this, but we have a number of media in the room, and I appreciate you guys coming and and what you do for us. The media is very important to us. I would encourage you all to find a way to promote these young drivers. That's what's needed in our sport, is more media willing to promote the young kids as they're climbing the ladder, as they're seeking sponsors, as they're attempting to further their careers and make it to IndyCar. So I'm glad you're here tonight. I hope you get a chance to talk to all these drivers and maybe find a way to focus on them and spotlight them. Thank you very much.